Kabu jadi je premar haye ashray tabe e premanander anubhavahai. If I sometime, kabu means you say kabi, and the kabi, so they say kabu. If I can, kabi, or sometime, if I can be the abode of that love, only then I may taste it. So this is what this verse is saying, these three reasons why Krishna came. Eta chinti rahe Krishna parama kotuki, hridaye bhadaya prema loba daki. That sounds pretty ducky. Daka means davanala. It comes from this davana, means blazing. Thinking in this way, Eta Chinti, Krishna was curious to taste Radha's love. His eager desire. Kotuki. Parama Kotuki, supremely curious. Prema Lob. His eager desire for that love increasingly blazed in his heart. Prema Lob Dakadaki. That's the word. Ducky. Interesting. So that's blazing. So this is Lob. His heart was full of greed for Radharani to understand. What is the Radha Pranaya Mahima? What is the? I'm greedy. Krishna's greedy to understand the glory of Radharani's love, and then he's greedy to relish the Madhurima, the Adbhuta Madhurima. That is one desire. Now hear of another, and this is what I was speaking about. Eka shuna ara lobera prakar samadhurya deki Krishna karena vichar. Now hear of another desire, which is this one I'm discussing, Adbhuta Madhurima, the Krishna's own sweetness. Seeing his own beauty, Krishna began to consider. Then there's the pastime. And it's explained that this is once when Krishna was in Dwarka. In Dwarka there's many they're beautiful little, inside the middle of the room there's little pools, a little like waterfall or some little water collected in a little pool in the middle of the room, cooling the room in the ancient palaces. And one day Krishna was sitting there, and there were some lotuses in that pool, and then there was a skylight above it, so light would come in, and very beautiful, fancy designs. Vishvakarma, the architect of the demigods, designed the place, so he knows what he's doing. It's all according to Vastu, and worked out on the computer ahead of time. So Krishna's sitting there by this pool, and is admiring the beauty of the lotus, of course, that she created. And then he looked into the water, and in the reflection of the water, he saw this beautiful blue person, an extraordinary blue complexion and lotus eyes, and eyes rivaling the lotus flower growing in that pool, and beautiful pearly white teeth. And he said, "Oh, who is this? So, who is this person? I'm very attracted to this person. I would like to meet this person. Who is this person?" And then Rukmini came and saw Krishna was looking at it and himself, and even talking. He was so enamored and so bewitched that he started talking to this person in the water, and she was curiously watching. And she said, "Oh my Pranavalava. Oh my Pranavalava. Oh Dwarkadish. Who are you speaking to? What? Oh!" And he came out of his reverie and said, "Oh, I saw this beautiful man in the water, and I was so attracted." So Krishna is even attracted he's all attractive, even he attracts himself. He's not a narcissist either. There's something called narcissism, isn't it? Where someone is like absorbed in their own beauty. They just look in the mirror all day long. Right. It's called narcissist. Okay. I haven't said the word in probably 20 years. But it's not. You can't accuse Krishna of being this either, because the nature of Krishna's beauty, because he's transcendental, it actually is changing every minute. And he's always newer and newer. It's called Nava Yovanam. At every second, at every minute, his beauty increases and becomes more attractive and more sweet and more charming and more beautiful. So maybe he looked in the mirror before he went out walking around the palace, and he combed his hair, and he said, "Oh, there I am. I'm pretty. I'm beautiful." Then he left. So he wasn't much paying attention. Then when he looked in the water, that's a few minutes had gone by. Now he has a new feature, and the water became a mirror. But then he didn't realize it was him, because he didn't recognize. Who is this? I don't recognize it. So this is Now that leads us to this next verse. Adbhuta Ananta Purna Mora Madhurima Tri Jagate Ihar Kea Nahi Payasimha. Krishna is telling, my sweetness is wonderful, infinite and full. No one in the three worlds can find its limit. E prema dware nitya radhika ekali, amara madhura yamrita ashwade sakali. Only Radhika, by the strength of her love, tastes all the nectar of my sweetness. So this is the second reason, or second form of spiritual greed, that Krishna became greedy to understand what is this, understand the wonderful, sweet qualities in him that Radharani is tasting. So he was thinking, as it's mentioned here, what is my beauty?